Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Nest Podcast. On today's episode, we are sadly missing Oreo. For anyone who hasn't been following up on everything, Oreo did have some tragic stuff kind of happen in his personal family life. So with that, he is taking this podcast off, which we 100% understand, and we fully asked him to do if he was not ready to come back, and we talked it over, and he is totally cool with us doing this episode. So with that, it's just going to be us two normies from the Nest and our amazing special guest right below in the little pyramid triangle thing. It's one of my personal IRL friends and everything else that you can think of under the sun. It is the one, the only hesretnu.
Hello, how's it going? What's up, Luigi? What's up, Houdini? How are you guys doing?
Hello.
I am good. What's up?
Welcome to the show, and thank you for being on the show. We really do appreciate it.
We appreciate all of our guests. Super exciting to be here. Episode 3, is that right?
Episode 3.
Episode 3, that's right.
It's going to be a little more wholesome this time.
This is, I just want to say I'm on the Return of the Jedi of the Nest episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
an honor.
Yeah.
It's
And that was personally my favorite, okay?
One of the better ones.
Or Return of the King, you know, if you know, talk
Return
about
of a lot.
perfect movies.
All the returns.
So
it's always returns.
The fun thing with knowing hesretnu is that I actually didn't meet him as hesretnu. I've known Hes for, what's it, going on about 3 years now, 4 years, something like that.
Yeah, we met in real life that one time, and it was the rest is history.
The rest is very much history. We met at his place of work for doing some stuff, and we got to talking about everything, and we did a little collabs here and there, and we got together and worked on a fun group thing called Train Step Club, which I know is right now just on the back burner. It's not gone, it's just on the back burner for a while as we focus with the year of 2020 being a thing and then 2021 being another thing. It's been hard to get group channels going again. So 2022 is the year of the group channels returns for pretty much anyone who you can think of. I mean, G4 came back in the very end of 2021. That was already interesting. And now here we are with the Nest coming back and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And so we've done some really fun things together. I've really enjoyed everything that we've worked on. And we got many more years to come.
Many more years.
Many golden years.
This is just beginning.
It is only.
We've only just begun to live. I wrote that song, you guys.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
We'll copyright it. I'll give you 10 cents since you debuted it on here.
10 cents on the dollar.
That's all I got.
What's happening? What's the Nest all about? What is this? What is this show that I'm on?
All about? So this is the Nest Podcast for people who are just tuning in for the first time ever, or who are returners of the first 2 episodes. This is a show that we started back in early 2017, which we had a second season 2018. But with that, we had a lot of stuff happen in everyone's personal lives. So this is what we're calling the reboot of the Nest Podcast 2022 edition, with much better sound and much better backdrops than what we had back in 2018. I still remember having sitting the desk in a whole different area with a closet.
This is just a illusion. It's not real.
It's just an illusion. If Houdini runs to it right now, he gets sucked into the void.
Just sucked into the void. You see that sword behind me? Yes, that's an air fryer.
Air fryer.
Yeah.
It's an air fryer, you know. Sometimes you just want to fry something quickly.
We have those in outer space. Don't you guys worry about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy. Yeah, but this is a show where we kind of just talk about whatever. I mean, we don't really have we don't have a script or like a big format or anything for this show. It's all about kind of what we want to talk about. It's more improv in a way. You know, we do have a few like small like little topics we'll talk about here and there if we think that it's something that everyone would enjoy, but this show is all pretty much improv off the top of the head. I mean, we ask questions, we answer them, or we can even talk about anything like pop culture wise. Oh, hello. Yes.
Pick a card.
I was about to talk about that here in a second.
I'm gonna pick this card right here.
Okay. All right. So this card says, We're getting this improv started off.
Oh, maybe. All right. Which magazine would you like to be on the cover of? Ooh.
I mean, I need to stop. Like, I need to stop. My mind's dirty.
Show me Luigi. I'm joking.
I was thinking Hustler, actually.
Oh, Hustler? That's not too bad. I think Life would be really cool, being on Life magazine. You know, I think that's a big achievement, as well as both being just like really cool. I think it's an achievement being on either like People magazine or Life magazine for something either good you've done or like a really good show you produced or a movie you were in. It's really nice.
Maybe be on the cover of IGN. They give me 10 out of 10.
I would absolutely not ever go on IGN. I mean, for the memes,
I wouldn't either, but
for
it'd
the
be
memes,
funny.
I would love to. Other than that, I would never go on IGN or The Verge. I just can't. Too many interesting reviews that I can't honestly allow.
Like, we're changing our format over to reviewing mediocre YouTubers.
Oh, great. I love that. That makes me so happy.
Just bam.
Just biggity boggity boop. As everyone
the initial
says.
magazine that came to my mind was Boys Life for some reason. Maybe because I used to be a Cub Scout back in the day. But if I actually put some thought into it, I think it'd be pretty cool to be on CCS, that skateboarding magazine back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember that? Where you could buy shoes from it.
I do.
I forgot about that magazine.
All that good stuff.
So speaking of...
I started to watch the new Tony Hawk documentary that dropped on HBO Max earlier today for a little bit, and it was amazing. So, like, all I can think about right now is skateboarding and BMX and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Speaking of Cub Scouts, just to ask, so to my knowledge, Houdini, you were never in Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, anything like that.
No.
Hez, I don't know if we ever talked about the life of the Boy Scout and the Cub Scout.
Talk about that life.
How far did you make it?
I think I made it up to Weeblos. I don't know if I actually got to Boy Scouts, but I remember I got turned upside down at one point, and they slapped like a badge on me. And then I did like the procession of colors or something like that. And I went camping a few times, and I whittled some sticks here and there and did the Pinewood Derby. And that's my my Cub Scout track record, I guess, if you will.
I'm pretty good at whittling.
Luigi, are you a fellow Cub Scout?
I am actually a fellow Cub Scout and a fellow Boy Scout.
Dang.
I did not do Eagle Scout. Just we had some fallouts happen, and I just wasn't really comfortable doing it. And a lot of other things were taking more place in my life. But yeah, I got all the way up to a Life Scout in Boy Scouts, which is, I'm not going to say is easy to do, but it's not hard as well. I think the biggest thing is Eagle Scout, because you have to have a certain number of badges, certain prerequisites you have to do, etc., etc., etc.
So you know about Boys Life magazine?
I do know about Boys Life. I subscribed to it for almost 10 years.
Nice.
Seeing all the different adventures.
Good magazine.
It's a good magazine, and I wish that I could say that I would recommend people ever trying the Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts, but that ain't a thing no more. With too many allegations, we'll say it that way. Luckily, none of those allegations happened in my area, which is very good. I think the troop and the scouting crew that we had was a very good crew. All of us.
If you got kids at home, take them camping. Teach them all these things.
Yeah, it's you don't. I'll say it this way: you don't have to
get the Boy Scout books and take them yourself.
You can get them for free online.
Yep, there you go.
The best part about it. All right. Speaking of camping.
I need to stop. I was thinking, I guess I'm not wide enough to know about the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
But,
all right. Speaking of camping, where would you love to travel but are afraid to go due to it being dangerous?
The Amazon.
The Amazon? Okay. That'd be kind of fun. Houdini?
Detroit.
Cold in the D.
Yeah.
I want to go anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
no.
Okay, serious answer. I mean, I wasn't kidding. I do actually want to go. Dangerous? I don't know. Like the Amazon's is like just the best answer because it's so pretty and interesting. What about you? Where would you like to
what
go?
about you, Luigi?
So I
Or
would
1000?
say I've always wanted to travel to Africa, and I don't want to call it
which part-
dangerous, but
Most of it's not that dangerous
No.
unless you go to certain areas.
I would love to go. I think it's called like, I don't want to call it like jungles or anything, but pretty much you get like a group together. You guys go on like a jeep or
I
whatever,
know what you're talking
and
about.
you go out and
Yeah.
you go see wild, like wilderness animals and stuff.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that. I've always been like an animal person. I love animals, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I know Africa has a lot of very beautiful wildlife out there that people don't really talk about, and it'll be an awesome place to go.
Cats are from Africa originally, so
You can do a lot of research. You guys will enjoy it.
you do the more research you do, the more you realize that most life came from that continent anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just cool to go there. It'd be really cool to go there and just see all the different animals and wildlife that's there, that's unique to the region.
Houdini, I don't mean to change the subject, but is that a Triforce on your shirt? Are you wearing a Zelda shirt right now?
I
Oh
might
my.
be.
That's amazing. I love Zelda.
Zelda, got that Zelda love, and I
Love
always
Zelda.
keep the best game ever made right next to me. This is Triforce of the Gods or A Link to the Past.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Different translation.
Oh my goodness.
So
Wow.
Yeah, in Japan it's called Triforce of the Gods, but they didn't want to offend Americans when they brought it over, so they changed the name to A Link to the Past.
That's amazing.
Perfect game in my opinion. Love it.
Did we just become best friends, Houdini Fontmeister?
We've been best friends.
nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
Speaking of Link, Hez, I know you for a little time on your Twitch channel. You did Retro Sundays, I think is what it was called. You play retro games on Sundays.
Houdini actually walked me through the one of those entire retro gaming Sundays that
Super
we did.
Metroid, I think.
The man was by my side almost the entire journey.
Almost
we
the
can talk
entire
about that a little
journey,
bit.
yes.
What has been your favorite game to do on that series?
So A Link to the Past, that was the last one that we did, and that's my favorite game of all time. But my favorite retro stream that we did was definitely Super Metroid, because it was the first time I ever played through it. We played through the entire game on stream, and Houdini, without Houdini's help, we would have had a lot more streaming to do to get through that game. 'Cause the man was pulling up maps and sending them my way, and really.
I was marking them.
He knows. Houdini knows Super Metroid. He knows a lot of things, but Super Metroid. Yeah,
that's one of the big ones. Earthbound, Super Metroid, Link to the Past. I know those games very, very well.
I was a little upset though. Not upset, maybe not upset, disappointed, because he wasn't there when we beat the game.
Yeah, I missed the finale.
It was great. I loved beating the game, but I felt bad at the same time because Houdini, you weren't there. So I don't know if I ever told you that, but it was I was so happy. I was overjoyed, but at the same time, I was oh man, Houdini wasn't here to witness this. It's like my dad missed my baseball game when I won the championship or something like that. That's what it felt like.
Oh,
it's okay.
Sorry,
my
son.
dad missed everything.
I'm
All right.
sorry, son.
Speaking of
It's
dad,
okay, Dad.
speaking of dad, what is priceless to you, or do you have an item that you consider priceless?
Oh, and items. Okay.
Yeah. What is a priceless item that you just love?
My cub. Do you know what that is?
No.
I had a security blanket
absolutely
as a
not.
kid, and I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but I called it my cov, cover, but it was covey or cov.
I love that.
I love it.
I could not sleep. I could not sleep without that thing. If I didn't have it next to me, it was. I couldn't go to sleep, and I would freak out. I don't have it anymore. Well, it's at my parents' house, but yeah, my cub was my security blanket. So
maybe we'll have to call back during editing time and see
you're gonna edit that out, right?
If there's any way that I could have you to get a picture of that from me, so we can put it on top. That'd be great.
It's
top.
pieces of tattered cloth. That's what it is right now.
That's okay.
That's all it is.
It's so perfect.
But it's special to you, and that's what matters.
That's right.
It's like, have you ever had a pet and they like chew the pet up so bad, or the toy up so bad, like the squeak toys get torn out and everything, and by the end it's just like shreds of cloth. That's what the cub is right now.
Oh,
At my parents' house, so we'll get a picture.
Nice. Get like a young Hez just on the screen. It's like, he's it's That's awesome.
It's a little him.
Someone takes it away and I turn into a rabid beast because they took away my cub.
Give
me back my cup.
You see a whole different version of hesretnu. It's like cool, calm, collected,
goes,
chill, really good at
Mr.
organizing. Oh, you take the cub away. He's just like whenever it just puts in the same like ingredients for the Hulk, and you just bulk up 3 sizes at times. Like
retinue.
Give me back my security blanket.
Yes.
That would be fantastic.
What about you guys?
Ooh.
It's hard to say because I value life so much more than I do objects. I've never been a really materialistic person. But if I was running out the door and my house was on fire, I would grab my guitar. Like, that's... Like... Unless my daughter's in the house with me, in which case I'd grab her first. But item-wise, I'd grab my guitar. Like,
have you named your guitar? Does your guitar have a name?
yeah, it's Ivy.
Nice.
Her name is Ivy.
Nice to meet you, Ivy.
Ibanez.
Hey.
So Ivy.
Featured on Blue Synthetic.
Yes.
Nice.
Featured on Blue Synthetic. And it is blue. That's my favorite color.
Abadiba.
Yeah, blue. I always like the color blue. The reason I went Blue Synthetic is because blue can be both sad and happy. Because you got you're blue, so you're sad or down, or blue skies. It's a good day. It's happiness. That's why I love.
Or you might just be a fan of.
And then
the
it's
blues.
just and then I am a fan of the blues. That's ultimately what it comes down to.
Best hockey
It's hard
team
not to.
around. Period.
I mean, I like blues so much that I root for Kentucky Wildcats, even though I never lived in Kentucky.
Interesting.
Go Big Blue. I like basketball. Okay, basketball season comes around. I love watching the Wildcats play. They're so good. They got the best recruiters. And their first year lineup keeps changing because they're just so good. They keep getting snagged by the NBA.
Oh man, Luigi, what about you? What item would you take?
That's really
or
tough.
Save or rescue?
I would really have to say probably. It sounds really bad, but my gaming laptop. And I say that specifically because most of what I do for a living is online, and also on that too, I don't carry my phone everywhere with me, so I don't need it. So if I don't have my phone on me, then the only way I would be able to create content, update everybody, and make sure that I can still do things would only be that way. But if I was very selfish, which normally I am, it would be my Switch. That thing, I just love it.
There's something about it.
The sad thing is that I don't really have
I'd be shoving the Switch in one pocket and my guitar and just strap it around me, just run out.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have an air fryer. Air fryer just goes in my stomach.
Grab the air fryer. Sometimes you don't feel like cooking. Just fry it.
Yeah.
It's a healthy way to cook,
You're using less oils, yes. It's, especially when you keep it clean. I love it.
Screen. Yep.
I've actually been using avocado oil a little bit more. And I've
never used that.
I've been enjoying it. I mean, it is a little more expensive, but I don't know. It's something a little nicer than like the normal like peanut oil and canola and stuff. I don't know.
Canola and vegetables.
It feels a little. I hate saying the word lighter, but like I don't know. It just feels a little lighter because I did. If you guys remember the stream I did where I remade food from Kay's cooking, I actually used that avocado oil on my air fryer / toaster oven down here, and that stuff it's just amazing. It just works so well. It's a little more expensive, but is better than trying to set something on fire. We'll say it that way.
That's true.
It doesn't catch me on
Yeah,
fire.
and then you only have one object that you can choose to save. So that after that point, so you know.
Yeah. It could be the avocado oil, honestly. I mean, we do so much with avocado.
You might have to take that. You might have to take it, get the avocado oil, and just run out the door.
Yeah. The one thing I want to mention to the audience, though, is that for all of us, obviously we all picked items that were like, things that can be easily replaced and stuff like that if something would ever happen to it. But
I've had that for 11 years. It can't easily be replaced.
I meant like if we're choosing like dog, cat, person versus object, we're obviously choosing a person.
We went for
material items. So don't think that we don't give a shit about our kids or our dogs or whatever. No, we do. But we're having fun with it.
All the life in my house it would have to get out. My daughter would be straight out that door. I'd be running in, picking up my cats, throwing them out the front door. If there's a fire. Yeet.
All right. There he is. Hello. Welcome back.
Sorry, I was trying to switch over to my other camera because Lily B is down here right now, and I was we were talking about pets.
Yeah.
So I was gonna give
I love my pets.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
Lily B.
I get my girls out of the house. I'm surrounded by women.
Yeah. Also, one thing too, guys, is heard some noises.
Okay, there we go.
It's Lily.
The one, Lily B.
Lily.
Hello.
Beagle.
Definitely tried to bite me in the hand just now because that was my fault though because she was napping.
Oh.
She was like.
She's about the quietest dog I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
They are normally loud.
That.
Such a pretty girl.
Yep. She just wanted to say hello to everyone out there. So on
we love
the
that.
Nest audience.
Say hi.
So something I do want to kind of talk about for a minute. So as all of us know, we are all streamers in some form of capacity. All three of us normally do use Twitch, but myself and Houdini have done YouTube streams and stuff. Hez, can you please talk to me about that projector screen?
This projector screen?
That one, the one that's hanging up.
So that is the projector screen of subs on my twitch.tv/hesretnu channel. So that projector screen has your name up on it, houdinifontmeister. It's got the Luigi Master 1000. So y'all are the original subs of the channel, and it's out of space right now because we've just had so many amazing folks come by and sub to the channel, and they're called the Retinue Crew, and it's full of all the original subscribers to the channel up there on the projector screen of subs. Down below, there's a dehumidifier to keep all this electrical gear dry because I'm in the basement. It's kind of moist down here compared to other rooms. So we started writing subs on the dehumidifier. So now we also have a dehumidifier of subs.
Nice.
Yes.
In conjunction to the projector screen of subs.
You will keep my electronics safe. Without them subs, what would you do? Yeah.
And the nice thing too is that it's also it also works as well because you also have a projector that you project on it for certain stuff.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe?
Yes.
I think whenever we have company over at the house, sometimes we'll bring him down to the basement and they just kind of look up at the projector screen of subs and they see all these names with tally marks next to them, which tally mark that's how many months.
That's how many months
someone's been subbed to the channel. You get a tally mark if you do a resub, but they look at that and they're like, what's it's like a scene out of A Beautiful Mind down here. So then I try to explain about I have this online show with all these amazing people that come in and it's just such a great community and they're still
this isn't
but it's all good.
All right, you guys ready to play a fun little game?
I was born ready.
Yes.
All right, this game is called Number of Words. So I'm gonna give you guys a scene, and you have to do it in 5 words or less. You guys ready? The scenario is you have to describe yourself to a blind person in 5 words or less. So pretty much if someone is blind, you're meeting them for the first time, how would you describe yourself in 5 words or less?
most super duper awesomest dude.
I am
Nice.
tall and energetic.
Okay.
I am short and stout.
I'm a little teapot.
I'm a little teapot. I don't know how to describe myself. Just like fun, chilling, loving.
So is this kind of like you think about like somebody with vision?
You're talking about personality, or are we talking about looks?
It's think about what you can see like by looking at somebody. You can like see someone like the way
you
it's
can
almost
see
like
how they
judging
carry
a book by its
themselves.
cover.
Yeah.
You can see how they carry themselves. You can almost like read what they've gone through, but you don't really know. It is a little bit of judging a book by its cover. So how would you do that if you're blind and you can't, is that kind of like what this
I
exercise
think
is
that's
all
what
about?
it is. Like you meet this person for the first time, and there's like, oh, who is this? And then 5 words or less, I guess, is the
I'm Batman.
You can I'm vengeance. you can either like talk about like your personality. You could talk about maybe your looks. You can talk about how you feel. Maybe I feel like there's like multiple different answers that you can
talk about my
go
personality. Yeah.
Because if you think about it, a blind person, I mean, I'm not talking to all blind people, but like if you're meeting someone for the first time, they're gonna look at you and just be like, oh, he's tall, thin, tall, fat, kind of short, little pudgy, and then they're gonna be like, oh, facial hair, blonde hair, very, very dark brown, almost black hair, very, very dark brown / black hair. That's all the facial appearance, but they don't really know like what's the first thing that you're gonna ever say to them. The first interaction I feel like is like how you always.
I like big floppy. I'm gonna stop.
Great. All right.
I'm gonna stop.
Well, next
anyway,
up.
Next question.
Next up.
I am a fun, loving person.
Human being.
That's all you need to know.
It has a sweet, sweet air fryer.
That's right.
Have air fryer. Yay.
Houdini, what you drinking? Is that like
Dr. Lin?
Dr.
It's
Lin.
Dr. Pepper, but
it's not Dr. Pepper.
Ingles.
I've seen Dr. Pepper, and that is not Dr. Pepper.
it's well, of course it's not Dr. Pepper, but
that
it's
Lin?
like off-brand.
It's Dr. Lin.
It's Dr. Lin. It's Ingles brand. Like
Nice.
you'll find it at Ingles and stuff. It's actually
What's that?
sweeter than it's a grocery store. It's actually sweeter than Dr. Pepper.
Nice.
But it's cheaper,
I am
too.
now thinking of just how many different variants of like Dr. Pepper
There's a lot.
and Coke and stuff.
Kroger's
are there?
has their own. Ingles has their own. Walmart's got their own. Like it continues.
Yeah.
It just
Do
it
you
gets
know
worse.
what would be a fun little challenge? Whenever the three of us, like me, Houdini, Oreo, maybe, Hez, you're gonna be drawn into this anyway. You don't get a choice anymore. Sorry.
Especially if we
what
meet
we
up
can
there.
do is maybe I go around to all the different like grocery stores and like big box stores and get all of the off-brand soda. And we all get the same one. So like, let's just say like the category is like Dr. Pepper. So we get like the Great Value Dr. Pepper, the Kroger Dr. Pepper, what's the other? The Aldi's Dr. Pepper, all of them, and we just sit down and we each just taste them and we rank them on how good they imitate Dr. Pepper.
I will watch you guys do that. I don't drink soda, unfortunately.
That's very true. I
That's
forgot.
good. That's good.
Yeah, no.
That's good that you don't drink soda. It's bad for you.
I used to hear people talk about like, oh, I don't like that because I can taste the chemicals, and I always thought that was like the strangest thing to say. I was always like, how can you taste chemicals? But ever since I stopped,
No, you can taste
drinking
chemicals.
soda and stuff like that, and I've just like stuck with water. Now I can I know what those people that would say that are talking about. Like I had a Gatorade the other day, and I was like, holy cow, this doesn't taste like it used to me because I'm not like used to like processed drinks like that anymore. Even like I tried a soda recently, and it just tasted like something was off. And I don't know. I used to love soda. I love like Fitz's soda. We have a Fitz's here in St. Louis. It's made with like natural cane soda. Or cane sugar. That still tastes good to me. But like If I have
natural, it's different.
If I have a Pepsi or something, it tastes completely off. And I used to love Pepsi, so it's kind of crazy.
I remember when last year when I was stuck at home for a month because of COVID stuff. I remember that I pretty much just like went on like an all water diet, just because it's like water, and I was like super thirsty all the time. And the only other thing I would drink would be like 7-Up, because that was the only other soda I could handle. But things like Coke, Pepsi, like kind of as you were saying, it tasted very off and very. It tasted like, it sounds really weird, but it tasted burnt to me. Like when I tasted it, it just tasted like it had a burnt feeling. And I don't know if I'm just crazy, which I am, but I don't know. Maybe that's something I never thought about before. A burnt tasting soda.
If you really pay attention to the taste of soda, it can actually turn you off from it. That's probably the best way to get off it, is to actually pay attention to the taste. Like, what am I tasting?
Yeah. And Houdini, I'm not knocking your soda by any means, because I love soda. It just took me a second to get off of it. But it takes a while. Seltzer water, like that. I love that stuff.
It's like an addiction. It's like an unhealthy addiction, because like the caffeine, I need the caffeine, and I'm not gonna drink coffee every day. You know, I like coffee, but I'm not gonna drink it every day. So it's like soda ends up being the substitute for that.
Coffee's definitely an acquired taste. I love coffee.
I love it.
If I don't have coffee in the morning, I'll be like a crank.
How do you like your coffee?
Black. I just drink I grind my whole beans in the morning, make a pot of coffee, and shout out to my friend.
Yes.
He just got a coffee maker. The man spent 700 pounds on this thing. And
that's a lot of weight.
Coffee, it's an espresso machine, I believe. Mm-hmm. I might be butchering that. But
so is it like one? Is it one of those that like it like grinds it? It does all that as like one big machine.
Yeah, it's not just like a really coffee pot maker. It's an actual. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah, I too drink my coffee black, but I put sugar in it, so it's not technically black. I'll do 1 or 2 teaspoons of sugar. I tell people I like it like I like my women, you know, black and sweet.
I think that's still black, with like sugar in it. If you put creamer, then it's not.
I think creamer is like the big difference.
Creamer just like hides the taste of it, whereas sugar just kind of like brings out the taste. You know, you're still tasting the. I'm like, if you're gonna drink coffee and you're gonna have a bunch of creamer in it, I just feel like you're not drinking the coffee at that point. You're not tasting it. You're not enjoying the.
By the time you put creamer in it, you're gonna taste more of a milky texture.
I just feel like it's like a different thing, you know. I'm like, at that point, it's like its own thing, you know.
When you guys use creamer, if you do use creamer ever, what's your go-to creamer of choice?
I like caramel.
Okay. That's
I'm a big fan of caramel.
So they have. So as someone who does not drink coffee hardly ever, I am not a big coffee person personally. But
butterscotch is good too.
I will say they came out with a cinnamon toast crunch one.
I tried that.
I could drink it by itself badly. I shouldn't say that.
You don't need coffee for that. You can just mix it with some milk.
I can drink that by itself of how good it tastes.
I was about to say, pro tip, if you have Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal with a cup of coffee, eat the cereal and then put some of that cinnamon milk into your coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty delicious.
It's so good. So
I mean, you can also, as well, just do the big brain play. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
man, what's Luigi up to?
Nothing wrong with day drinking.
What is he? What is that man doing? What is he doing?
There's nothing wrong with day drinking. I mean, you can just put this in there as well, too.
Yes. Say hi.
Kitty cat. What's up, kitty cat?
This is Reese.
Hey, Reese. What do you say, Reese?
Say meow.
She was meowing at me, so I had to pick her up. You notice?
Oh.
There. Now, Luigi, it's your turn to show us your pet.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
He did. It was the rum chata. That's his pet.
That's my pet.
Yeah, that's his pet. Yes.
The alcohol is my pet. I
this
sadly
is
do not
the
have anything
neediest cat ever.
Meow.
That's something I don't do anymore either, is drink alcohol like I used to.
I don't drink alcohol. I will drink it very, very rarely, and I'm picky about who I drink it with. and I won't drink it by myself. That's just like me. If I drink it, I'm drinking it with somebody, and there's like a handful of people I'll drink with.
It's
like I'll probably have a good time with Luigi. I'm sure. I'll at least give it a chance.
Yeah. And also, dude, the nice thing too is that I don't. So the one thing that is for me is that I don't like drinking alone. If I do drink, I want to be amongst a group of friends, and I do that because when I drink, I think a lot more because I allow myself to relax, and when I do that, I think like 10 times faster than normal. And so when I do that, deep shit comes out. So if I'm drinking with a group of friends, it's more of a good time, good vibe thing. But personally, if out of the things that people do more out there, I do enjoy my alcohol, but I will say I would rather though smoke weed than drink alcohol personally.
I'm the same way, but like with the alcohol thing, that's why I'm so careful about who I will drink with, because there are certain people you drink with them and they'll drag everybody down. There's people who can elevate it to where everyone's just mad and arguing, or they can just drag you all down where you're super depressed, and you want that fun drunk.
You want the fun part of it. That's the best thing about it.
You don't want to dread, and like that defeats the purpose to me. It's like I can be sad without alcohol, thank you.
We all can be.
Yeah. And it's a depressant too, so like yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like when I used to, like I would just think about stuff, and I have so many like projects that I was always working on, and then stuff would just start to like cross paths, and it was just sensory overload at that point. So I was like, I had to like step away from it, and like it is fun with other people, but it's just too many thoughts in my head that just get like mixed up, and it's like, okay, it's not worth it.
Looky there, all of us have the
times.
Same ideas together. It's great.
Yes.
All right.
And
I
that's
want
why I smoke
everyone
weed
to do me a favor, and I want you guys to think back to your last birthday, right? Last birthday, right? So you think your last birthday is like, all right, cool. Might have had a few friends there. We might have a small party, something like that, right? So your birthday this year for 2022, right? You now have to have a theme for your birthday. What is your theme?
Lumberjack theme.
Ooh, I would love that. Just all flannels, everything.
Straight up lumberjack.
Bet.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's have it right now. Early birthday time.
Bet. All right.
I'm gonna have a Megaton themed birthday party. Everyone's got to pick a demon and dress up.
Ooh.
You imagine that? That'd be interesting. Either that.
Theme.
Yeah.
Either that, or we do a herb appreciation theme, where we put our favorite herbs up and.
I mean, my herb is my yucca plant in my.
I mean, that works for me.
Yeah.
That works for me. Just don't be shocked when you see a bunch of weed.
Bring it on by.
We'll display it. We'll put the cactus up there too. My stepmom's cactus.
Nice.
The way she puts it, the only thing she's ever been able to grow.
Because they thrive off of neglect.
Yes, yes.
You can. It's one of those set and forgets, and if you are if you think about it, oh, you need water. Drip, drip, drip. Good enough.
Good enough.
The yucca is kind of like that. You water it like maybe twice a month.
I love it.
It's a nice little plant. Nice
so
little
good.
Plant. Luigi, what would your theme be?
I would have to say, I would have to go with. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go cliche. I don't think it's cliche, but I'm gonna go with a cliche. Like, I would love to do like a Mushroom Kingdom birthday party. Everyone pick your favorite Mario character from the Mushroom Kingdom. Do your best to make like your own little costume and stuff, and we just play like Mario Kart Double Dash and Mario Party all night.
Could I be Hammer Bro?
You can be a hammer bro.
Bruh.
You can be a hammer bro. You can be Lakitu.
Hammer Bro is my go-to on Mario Party games, so I would definitely pick Hammer Bro.
I would love to see someone as King Boo.
Who's
That'd be
gonna?
kind of fun.
I was about to say whoever's King Boo's just not gonna be there. That's the best ghost they can do.
Oh, don't worry. The target ghost, even though I'm gone from that place, the target ghost still follows me. I think.
Oh
and
God.
Be like, oh, you think you're away? Ha! Nah, fam. I'm be King Boo today. Random stuff just flies somewhere.
Who would I be? I'd dress up as Daisy, I guess.
Daisy? Is that because you want me to be around your just around you like come here,
just
Daisy.
I'll gender bend, man. Gender bending is true and accepted.
All right. So, this is a good question. Where do you lack discipline in your life? Where do you lack discipline in your life?
Probably cutting myself off from work or being productive. I live to work. Like I love working, and I don't really want to call it work because like I choose to do things that I'm passionate about, but maybe like stepping away from those passion projects and stuff because like if I go on vacation, for instance, I get antsy because I know that I'm not working on one of the things that I'm passionate about. Even if I'm with like the ones I love, it's still like hard for me to step away from my body of work and career and stuff like that. So that's probably where I lack discipline. Giving myself breaks, you know,
allowing yourself to take a step back. I like that. I would have to agree with you on the work aspects of it, and I kind of wish that I was actually able to discipline on how much I worked, because I would work so much at my normal day job that by the time when I'm actually able to come home and do passion projects, you're so tired from being there that day that when you want to do your passion project, you just seem more tired and antsy and that type of stuff. Also, I think too, just like in general, just me just being a little more healthier as well, allowing myself to do more, be more outside, I think, as well too.
Outdoor activities.
I actually just started. I'm actually trying to do like small things to help like increase just like little things in my life, like stamina and small things like that to try to. I'm not going for like a body transformation, but if I'm able to lose a few pounds and have a little fun doing it as well too, that I think is what makes the big difference. So I actually just started doing a Ring Fit on the Switch.
Nice, that's awesome.
I've been really enjoying it actually. I actually did the first. I did the first session with Houdini in a voice call, and I ain't gonna lie.
Man was getting a workout.
I'm still hurting. But it was just a lot of fun, and you don't think about it because you're playing an RPG game. You're seeing what attacks or what really exercises you do that will give you the best attack in the best format for you, which I think is very important. So you're able to turn your mind off of it being like an exercise and think more RPG style when you're playing all those amazing RPG games that are out there nowadays. So I've been really enjoying that. I'm trying to do a world per night that I do it, so I've been doing every other night. My goal, for tonight after the show, I'm probably going to do World 2 and try to get as much through World 2 as I can tonight, give myself an hour, and that's it. Boop.
No, I saw Houdini yawning, so I was like, do you guys ever do that? Like if you're hanging out with somebody, if someone yawns, you like try to stick your, is that just me?
Anyways. I
have not, but I will now do that.
You guys are going to edit that out, right?
Absolutely. No problem, buddy. No problem. We'll edit it out. Don't you worry. Yeah.
Sorry, I guess your story wasn't entertaining enough for Houdini Luigi.
No, it's just, okay, in the last 3 days, I've not gotten a lot of sleep, I'm being honest.
Is that what you're not disciplined in, is going to sleep?
Yeah, whenever I take on new responsibility or have a new responsibilities to take on, the thing I end up sacrificing usually is sleep, and then after so long I will pass out and I just won't wake up I'll sleep an entire day away eventually.
I'd also be excited about air frying.
about that air fryer, man.
You
just
you
go to
wake up and
sleep
you're
for
just
like 3 hours, and you wake up like 3 hours after you go to sleep, and it's like,
I got to air fry something. Come on, let's go.
I got to air fry.
Where's the pizza rolls? I gotta air fry now.
Your phone goes off, and you're like, ah. And then the worst part is that you can't stop smiling. I'm
Okay.
terrible.
Another
So
weird
no,
question.
I care about you. Discipline. What's your weird question?
Oh, weird question I had was, have you ever felt like somebody has ever stalked you?
Stalked
yes.
me?
Stalked.
Yes.
And like
Yes.
I can say yes because that actually happened IRL. I got stalked in middle
Sorry,
school.
all right?
It's happened both.
You know.
Yeah. IRL and online, I've been stalked.
I don't want to go in like I don't think details would be
It's
very
usually-
smart. So, but we'll
Not
just
going into too many details.
the one thing I'll say is that it was in middle school. There was a person who just like really liked me and wanted me to date them and stuff, and I didn't really want that, and so they kind of started leaving notes in like the locker and stuff, and other things happened down the line stuff. So yeah.
I was in
That's all
high
I'll say.
school. The first time I noticed it, I was freshman in high school. There was this girl, same situation. She was obsessed with me, and it was bad. Like, I even tried to give her a chance at one point, and then it came to time where I was like, okay, it's clear this isn't working. And I go up to her and I break up with her. And I said, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm breaking up with you. And she's like, no, you're not. Like, seriously. She's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you're not breaking up with me. I was like, yes, no, you're not. Just wouldn't take no. And she would follow me around at the mall when I would go out to the mall with my friends and stuff. It was like, yeah, it was scary, to say the least. It was really just annoying, I think, mostly. But that's not the only time I've been stalked. That's just like the earliest time I remember. I've been stalked by guys too.
Luigi. No, just kidding.
No, no. I'm talking about like guys who are mad at me, right? Like, oh, you took the girl I was talking to. That's between you and her, you know, that kind of thing.
Let's settle this at the monkey bars at the crack of
Yeah,
dawn.
yeah. Let's get to the monkey bars. We'll settle it. But no, Luigi. Like, if he's stalking me, it would be like a lover's quest, you know. Be a love quest. But
What you up to, Luigi? What are you doing up there?
Don't
get
worry.
tired.
Don't
You're
worry
working on
about
something.
that.
well,
Don't you worry about that.
about you has guess you don't have to elaborate, but you've.
I don't know if I don't think I've ever had stalkers. I've had, you know, like fans and stuff, like from playing in bands, but it's, I've always been really cool with like talking to people. So I never considered any of them stalkers. I just appreciated that they liked the stuff that I was putting out there, you know? So always,
At what point do they stop being a fan and become a stalker? It's a legitimate question, right?
mm-hmm.
I think it's when you start to fear for your life.
We like when I was in high school, I was in a band, and someone came over to our house to like interview us and take pictures, and then she asked like all of us to take pictures of us in our boxers, and we said no, and kind of laughed it off. But that was probably kind of weird. But I don't know.
At least that didn't. At least that didn't go no further.
Yeah, I guess it was a good try. Like, but yeah,
Good attempt.
I never considered anyone like a stalker or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, well, Hez, for the rest of this interview, I'm gonna have to do this all in boxers now. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
Let's get the shirt. Get the shirt off.
This is a new form of the show
Wait.
now.
A bunch of stalkers, you.
Wins the Nest.
bunch of
Wins the Nest.
stalkers.
The Shirtless Nest podcast. Just like.
So we uploaded it on a completely different website.
We can upload it to YouTube. They don't care anymore.
That's true. All right. What was the last book you read? And sum it up in one word.
Stop asking these hard questions.
Better Than Life by Grant Naylor. which is a Red Dwarf novel. Virtual reality, if that's one word. It's a virtual hyphen reality.
Yeah, VR.
Maybe that's what VR. Yeah, VR.
Yeah, that counts. Houdini?
I don't read.
Think of your last game manual. What was the last game manual you read?
No, obviously I read, but like I have a tendency to read like older stuff. It's been a while since I've read any novels. I can't think of the last novel I read. The last book I went through and read was the Hyrule Encyclopedia, the Zelda Encyclopedia.
Ooh. And when can you send this to my house? When can you ship me this Hyrule Encyclopedia?
I can't get rid of my
Holy
one
crap,
of my pairs.
That's huge.
Is that one of those books that you have to like? It's like exercise when you pick it up because there's so much to it.
There's so much to it. It's very, very nice.
I have the complete Far Side works, like everything that Gary Larson has done for the Far Side.
Oh, that's cool.
2 books of those, and I can't read them because they're so heavy. Like I need like a podium or something.
Yeah, like you gotta crisscross applesauce and lay the book out in your lap.
Like I've had like a Bible and omnibus, like the Tomb of Dracula omnibus, and that was a big. But when I got the Far Side books, like that's the biggest book I've ever had before, and that just totally reminded me of that, the Hyrulean Encyclopedia. That's cool.
Yeah, it's this one's technically called the Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia, I believe.
That's so awesome.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that like you had the Hyrule Historia that came out in like 2011, 2012, and then this came out around the time that Breath of the Wild came out. This is the Encyclopedia, and then they have another one that's like arts, that has like a collection of the art from across the entire series. It's fascinating. You know, it's got all the lore and everything. It's like a Bible. It's like a Zelda Bible.
Luigi, what about you? What's the last book that you've read?
The last book that I read was it was the book that Alex Trebek wrote before he passed away. I think it's called The Answer Is or the Final Jeopardy or something like that. Sum it up in one word, just amazing.
That was 2 words? No, just kidding.
Just amazing.
Just amazing.
Just space amazing.
Epic.
Epic, yeah. Epic is another word for it. Very good book. It talks a lot about the life of Alex Trebek and what he all did and like his starting out, you know, life in television and game shows and how he was part of one of the most, one of the game shows that he hosted was very scandalous in, I think, Canada, I think. There's a lot to the book. Really, just an awesome book altogether.
And Luigi, you're a big fan of game shows.
That is correct.
Fun fact. Luigi loves game shows.
Fun fact. Luigi is a fan of game shows. Fun fact.
I call him the game show guru.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Speaking of game shows, I think we can talk about this for a minute to get off the subject of just like questions and stuff. Let's talk about the Family Feud tournament that happened around a year and a half ago. Both of you guys were part of the same team. It was the Retdini team.
Retdini for the win.
And
literally,
yeah. How did you guys enjoy the show? And I think I've said this on Twitter and stuff, but I am putting a season 2 together. And Hez, since you kind of have like a bigger following now, you know, would you want to come back as a team captain versus being on the team, be a team captain of your own team of players for season 2?
You mean, are you inviting the Retnu crew?
I am inviting the Retnu crew.
The Retnu crew.
Like, Retdini is splitting, and it's going to be Retnu and Dini.
Not really splitting. Houdini,
I'm too involved with the project to do it anyway.
Houdini, myself, and Passy, who are the other members of the Retdini family, have I told them that, you know, if you guys would like to assist, you guys can assist by helping out with questions or doing game playthroughs, make sure everything's working properly, that answers make sense. and kind of making sure that we didn't have problems like we did last year where some answers didn't make sense on questions and people kind of got upset over it. So this year I wanted more of a fail-safe, and I trust Houdini and Passy a lot. You know, they're most of my main editors for The Nest and just personal good friends. So I trust them a lot to make sure that if I read out a question that it makes sense to everybody who would join into the show.
Okay.
So
how many people can I bring on? How many people can I bring on from?
It's up to 5.
It's up to 5. We need a minimum of 4, but you can. The goal is to have 5 for a full family.
A lot of the retinue crew are like over in the UK, which they're like 6 hours ahead. Would this be streaming during the night CST, or would it be like during the daytime on the weekend, or what's that looking like? Either or, we can make it.
Whichever way would be easier for your team. I told a few other, because a lot of the teams
we don't have a problem doing it during the day.
Yeah, if we need to do it during the day, I will let you guys know. The only goal is we just want to make sure that we make it consecutive. So if we do a daytime show for you guys, we gotta make sure we do a daytime show for most of the other people, so then they know when to tune in next. So nighttime will be preferred, since most of the people who are going to be in the project will be home during the nighttime, since a lot of them do live in the US. If they're willing to get up and stuff like that very early in the morning for the show and stuff. But if we need to make an exception to make it easier on them, you know, and if we're able, I mean, I'm able to get up whenever I need to. If we need to put on a show, we're putting on a show one way or another.
Okay, let me get back to you on that one. When do you want to air this? What's the
so we don't have any. So we're just right now solely working on question making right now. So you have like at least a month to like. I don't plan on starting everything until like mid-May, when most people are getting out of school and stuff. So I want to make it a full summer block, if that makes sense. I want to do it once a week during the summertime. Okay,
you got it. Let's go time.
So
let's get it.
That'd be a lot of fun. But speaking of the show, so how did you guys? How was your experience? Kind of flipping on top of the head, because normally a lot of us, you know, we host our own things. We host our own, you know, shows, podcasts, segments, and stuff. How is it kind of being on a receiving end and being part of like a game show versus like doing a segment on your own show? How did that feel being different?
The host, I'll just say the host was great. I mean, I know there was a ranked Family Feud host video out there on the internet somewhere, and I think the Luigi Master 1000 definitely ranked high up there on the Family Feud hosts of all time, greatest hosts of all time. So definitely top 3.
Kind. Don't worry.
All I got to say is that voice is like sex. Let's go. It's fire. It was fun. It was fun time. It's good to be on the opposite side, the other side. And would do again. 10 out of 10 would do again. And that's an IGN rating. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10, it's too hard.
1 out of 10, Fast Money was rigged.
Fast Money exists. No, it's not Fast Money existing that I have a problem with. It's Bullseye.
Bullseye.
1 out of 10, Bullseye. Just Bullseye, that's it.
So I know all of us are big, you know, big gamers or musicians, or all of them all combined together. Is there anything that you guys collect that the audience doesn't know about?
I collect microphones.
Ooh.
And drum sets and instruments.
All right. Houdini, what about you? Do you have anything you collect?
I mean, it's kind of... I collect games. I don't really collect anything else.
Cables?
Cables, obviously. I do. I actually have boxes of cables, and I'm like, if I throw one of these boxes out, I know I'm going to need that cable, like, immediately after. So, yeah, I have a bad tendency of keeping cables, but I keep them put up in the back room. This is just stuff I need to hide.
I would say so. I collect 2 different things. I don't collect these anymore.
I guess vinyls too. I got a few vinyls, but I don't know if I'd count that as collecting.
As like collecting.
Because I got like 30. It's not that many.
That's still a good chunk, though.
Yeah.
So I used to collect quarters, and
I collect kitty cats.
I think it was my great grandma had like a book of quarters, and you would like basically find either the state that the quarter came from or the year, and if you find one that like matched, you like put the quarter in there, and it's like a whole little collectible book.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
that was
I
definitely
also
before the internet was around. Because
Yes.
my family did that too. That's like how you had fun back in the day. Was
Mine did too. My family did that as well. My grandfather was into that.
And then I also collect game consoles. That's
nice.
always fun. I mean, how many people can you go to and be like, "Hey, do you have Hotel Mario for the Philips CDI?" Yeah, I got it. Somewhere in my house, but I got it. Oh, you want Zelda the Wand of Gamelon for the CDI? I got that too for you.
That's like the number one thing I collect is game consoles. I have every Nintendo console, home console made. I have at least one of. I have 2 GameCubes and 3 Wiis, and I got 2 Switches.
Nice.
So, I just enjoy gaming, especially retro gaming, like stuff I grew up with and even stuff I missed. I have a Sega Saturn over here that I hunted down a Sega Saturn and ended up importing one from Japan because I figured out it was easy to play any region on a Japanese one, and because I didn't have one growing up, because like when I had a PlayStation and a Nintendo 64, Saturn was the 3rd console in that generation, so I just completely missed out on it, and it's just been fun playing it and seeing what how games ran on it. The 3D graphics were done differently. You know how most games are done with tries. Most games on Saturn are done with quads, which are squares. So it's interesting to see how they approach 3D gaming, and of course they abandoned that completely when they went to the Dreamcast because tries just took over, made more sense. But
maybe if they would have just used more thermal paste, you know?
That's all you need to do is use more thermal paste. This man is infamous. This man is infamous for thinking I'm lying to him about something.
Making up words.
Making up words and shit. Is it like I was like, why don't you do the wall jump? He's playing Super Metroid and he's like, I think you're lying to me. I think he's messing with me.
Houdini is a liar and a horse thief with that Super
I
Metroid.
know, horse thief.
Get that out of here.
You know my grandfather's last name.
Is it horse thief? I believe it.
Literally means horse thief. They were known for being horse thieves. They were Woodhams. They were known for that. So
where all that dishonesty comes from, Houdini. Jeez.
I mean, he didn't believe me until the game made him use it late into the game.
Bunch of BS.
And he thought I was making up stuff when I was. Well, he didn't think. He just said it sounds like I'm making up stuff when I talk about like computers and tech and stuff. And then he'll see it being talked about somewhere else, and he'll be like, "Oh, I guess that is real."
Maybe Houdini doesn't steal horses on the daily basis.
Well, no, I steal horses. Like anytime I've played, anytime I played a video game where I can steal a horse, I do it.
Well, there you go.
My Assassin's Creeds,
rest my case.
My Red Dead Redemptions, Skyrims, like them horses are mine.
Do you guys know what this is? What this comes from? Luigi does.
I do not. That's an eagle, though.
No, close. Starts with a P. What kind of bird that is? It's a phoenix.
Oh.
Yes. I remember we talked about this.
It's a Phoenix Kit water bottle.
I remember that.
From Apex Legends.
Oh, nice.
Because it not only charges your health, it charges your shield.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get your shields up for that IRL action.
See, that's why I've been like so ready to go this whole time. Like, just because
ready.
My health is up and my shields are up. Yes.
I need to use that in Smash.
Extra shields, only in
Extra
Smash.
shield.
Look at that.
So I know that both of you guys, in a capacity, both have a child. Houdini, you have a 8-year-old. Am I wrong?
Correct.
Thank God.
That's
For
right.
once. I'm right for once.
She just
and then,
turned 8. Yes.
Hez, I know that you also have a stepdaughter from the lovely Clue, who I've also met, which I can't guess her age. I'm sorry. I'm not good at that type of stuff. But there's a question on here that asks, if you have a child, what is one thing you would never let them do?
I would say smoke cigarettes.
You're not allowed to smoke.
No. It's
That's
a
You're not
terrible
allowed
habit.
to smoke.
It's a terrible habit. It ruins your health, everything like that.
And this might sound bad, but I think I have the same response. I feel the same way. It's just like, I want my child to feel like she can be and do anything in her life. So, but that's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't benefit you. It harms you, and once you begin, it's like hell quitting. It is one of the most difficult things that you'll ever quit. There are drug addicts out there who quit crack. I can't even talk. Who quit crack, heroin, all these hard addictive substances, but they can't stop smoking. You know, it's like, no, smoking has got to be it. Other things I will not allow them to do, and I've actually been confronted with it, is I will not allow them to stick a butter knife into a
Air fryer?
outlet.
Outlet.
And I have, like, my nephew, I made cry with it, and I hurt my daughter's feelings because she had the bright idea. I wonder if no, you don't. Fortunately, we had, like, the child, like,
The covers.
I forget what they call it. The covers that you put on it, the plastic covers. But like my daughter, as smart as she is, it's nothing for her to pop them off, even as a two-year-old. But that's one.
What is one thing that you would never give to your cactus?
Ooh, my cactus. Ooh.
I always thought you was gonna ask what was one thing he would never let his child do.
What's one thing you would never let your cactus do?
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly say I want to try to be a little different than smoking, because like it's such a good answer. I want to be different. I want to say in general is I wouldn't allow them to or how about this? If they would ever want to be like, you ever want to try like alcohol or something like that, I would never let them do it alone or like with like friends or whatever. I would have them try it with their parent, like with me and whoever I end up with first.
Yeah.
Now I would never let my cactus have alcohol either, because that might ruin the cactus. And those cactuses, they're very important.
You're
they don't need to get
cactus.
drunk.
What's that cactus gonna do when it moves out on its own? You sheltered it all its life.
Exactly.
I'm kidding.
Exactly.
Cactus are pretty sharp.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like alcohol, marijuana, things like that, you feel better as a parent if you can ensure that they're safe. They're not gonna get hurt or in trouble when they do it. I was 16 the first time my dad handed me a. I'm not saying it's okay to drink underage. I'm just saying I was 16 the first time I was given alcohol from my dad.
I love it.
3 answers from Houdini. Jeez.
3 answers. I love it.
Sorry.
No, I mean, that's fine.
I think about this type of stuff all the time. You hitting my heart right there. Hez gets it. Like, your kid's your life, you know.
I don't know. I think it's just very important to bring out that personal side sometimes, you know, because you can always. The thing that I would worry about if I would ever become a parent would be always like, it'll always be a 3-way street. It's whatever I chose, whatever I didn't choose, and always the what ifs, right? So you always think about those different things. So the what ifs you always think about when you're deciding, to say like yes or no, or this and that and why and stuff like that. You always think of of both sides of the story, and trying to convey that so they understand that where they're coming from. But as a parent, you've either like done that before, or you have seen it turn out in like a bad way that you explain why no would be a better answer. Or why yes would be a better answer in those type of cases. Sometimes
communication,
that does happen.
Figuring out how to communicate with your child is very important.
And I think that's
all stuff you need to try to work out the best you can before you have children, if you can. Yeah.
And that's, I don't know, that's just the one thing I've kind of seen that a lot of, not saying you guys, I'm just saying that as someone who works in the retail industry, a lot of things that I don't see happening. Is I just see a lot of... I see
a lot of, you're not going to do this because I said so. And then the child's like...
You just can't just tell them not to do something. Because let's be honest, at least I'm stubborn. That's going to make them
want to do it. That's going to make them want to do it more.
Right? So if someone tells me, oh, you can't get this, I'm going to go get it one way or another, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go 1 week without saying the F word or whatever. Don't worry, I can do that too. Because in my brain it's like, oh, they're saying that I can't do it, I want to show them wrong. But if you don't convey that, if you don't express why, I feel like no one ever learns in the situation. At the end of the day, it makes it worse for everybody. Especially when you're at the checkout counter and they're like, they're trying to get this like toy or whatever, and I'm just like, hi, I work electronics. Please go.
Well, children also need to know how their parents feel about different things too. So to a degree. So it'd be no, and this is why. Oh, it's because you care about me. Okay, see?
Exactly.
If they don't have that full thing, they feel like, oh, they're just being mean to me, and my parent, like, they're just mean.
I agree. Speaking of the retail industry and the retail space, what do you consider yourself an expert at? I mean, I'll go first this time. I think I consider myself an expert in tech. I think I'm very knowledgeable in that range. I know what I'm talking about, and also I've worked with a lot of both elderly people and also like younger people to express it in different ways. I can express why, spending $10 more for this phone at the end of the day might just seem like kind of weird. That's $10 more, but that $10 can save you an extra $80 down the line in a year or so, and conveying on why that makes more sense. I feel like I'm really good at that. Also another thing I've always said, don't yawn, don't you yawn. Put my finger in your head. My finger in your mouth. Yeah.
Ow.
Yawn on my show. I'm joking. Yeah, I would say just tech, just anything tech related. I feel like I'm pretty smart at, and I think I would think my friends agree with me. I mean, Hez, I feel like sometimes
he's really good
asks
with
questions. Tech. Houdini asks questions sometime, and if I don't know the answer, hey, I know people in the industry who might have the answer, or I got my good old friend Google who can double check my math for me.
That's what I am also very, very good with tech. And I think one of the things that makes you good in that field, especially, is that you are asking people questions. That's why I always will ask your opinion on something. What do you think of this? I might ask someone else. What do they think of this? Is there a way for me to do something? Yeah. Troubleshoot. Troubleshoot is like 99% of tech repair, which is something I'm good. I'm good at fixing things that are broken. I wouldn't really call myself an expert at anything. I'm kind of like that jack of all trades, master of none.
You're like the handyman of the family. Like, you can kind of
I can do anything. Yeah. I'm not the best at everything, but I know how to do most things, and I can learn. Like, I've got enough patience and comprehension to where I can do something right. I can learn how to do something right.
All right, I like that. Mr. Hez, what do you think you consider yourself an expert at?
I would say like I love tech, but I would say I'm an expert at communication and connecting the dots, connecting people, communicating with others, actively listening.
I need your help because me and words, we don't get along.
English is hard.
And words, that's something I'm always like working on because I always wish I would have a more extensive vocabulary. So I always love when people use big words that sometimes go over my head.
You hear
like, where did that word come from? How did you just use that so like amazingly? Like,
and it just sounds like natural. It's just kind of a part of their word.
They say it just so naturally,
speech.
and I'm just like, hold on, back up a second. What'd you say to me?
There's quite a lot of words like that in my vocabulary as well. The problem is that you're oftentimes trying to speak at the level that other people are at, right? And some people, you start talking to them and they'll be like, what's that mean? What's that mean? You know? So I try to talk in a layman's way most of the time. And it's funny because I do that. And some people I know will be like, what? What does that mean? No names, but someone close to me. Yeah.
Vocabulary is it's a level of communication, but there's also different levels of communication, like relating with somebody. Like if you do have an extensive vocabulary, if you're hanging out with someone, are you going to belittle that person or make them feel smaller if you're going to be busting out your vocabulary? So how do you relate with someone like that? And that's what I'm like really interested in, is like relating with somebody and, you know, coming up with a story, like saying something, and because people will forget what you say, they'll forget like the lesson you gave them, but they're always going to remember how you make them feel. So that's why I love communication so much, is like how you make somebody feel on the other end. That's like everything to me. So that's why I always try to like if you come to my stream, if you come to my channel, if you like watch something like that, I'm always going to try to ensure that you have a good experience, basically.
I always come away from your streams feeling good vibes, smiles.
And that's like that's awesome, because that's one of my main like intentions. Like I love the whole tech aspect. I love like all the games that we play and stuff that we do together. But like the most important thing from me is like I want you to feel good. And you can't make everybody feel good. Like if you have people in your stream, but
it's one of those things that if you make one person feel good, you're kind of doing something right.
At the end of the day, I think a big thing that I think we all take away, which I think this is also why we all work together very well as like the group or the friendship that we have, is that we're able to speak and also entertain as well. And that's the one thing I wish I was able to do more of, especially at my last job, was be able to entertain while I'm also being able to like blow someone's mind, if that makes sense. Because it doesn't matter how much tech you put into a stream. You know, I will say like, Hez, you have one of the most technological streams that I know of currently. And I know people who've been streaming for 10 plus years who are 10 times bigger than all of us, but their streams are still so simple in my opinion. Where Hez, I mean, this guy has so many different things that he does to make his streams super techy that makes it amazing for like someone like me who's a geek who loves that type of stuff. But also too, the fan base that we have is also the big reason why we even continue doing this. If our fans didn't enjoy us, they would never come back to see us again. And that's the one thing that I think we all strive for as streamers, content creators, and anything like that, is that we're looking to make sure that we're making at least one person happy. My goal in life, and I say this from the bottom of my heart, the goal in my life is to make one person laugh a day. If I cannot make one person laugh a day, that means I failed that day, and I need to reset. That's something that I will always live by. So if I don't make anybody laugh or like break a smile when they're having a bad day or something like that, I know that I then was not having a good day, and I need to figure out why I'm not having a good day to fix myself. And that's also why you guys see us when we stream. You guys only see us stream at our best 100%, because we don't want to be on the stream like, all right, guys, welcome to today's episode.
Today I'm going to play the game.
And streaming's tricky because sometimes like you gotta be pretty consistent with it to kind of grow what it is that you're doing. You have to like keep putting yourself out there, but sometimes it can be tough. Like if you experience something negative, it's hard to like sometimes turn it back on, but sometimes it does help to kind of like push yourself back out there to get over that initial tough hump, and then after that it's smooth sailing. I got like hate rated the other night on Twitch. Like somebody infiltrated the Discord and posted a bunch of like inappropriate garbage in the share your content. We had to wipe the whole channel because it was like dark web type content, and that scarred me a little bit because like I want to keep my community safe. I want to keep all the retinue crew safe, and I don't want people to
in there as well. That's why there's that's why you have to have a verified email account, and there's a timer before you can post. Because you put those in there, it makes it to where the bots, they can't just bot your channel.
Yeah, and we have like the safety precautions set up now. Like
I saw that you set them up.
Yeah, but
I missed all that happening.
Well, it's probably good that you missed it because it was crappy. But what
probably would have like, irritated me a lot.
It put me like in this funk for a day or so, and I didn't want to go back on stream because I was like kind of icky. Like it's not a good feeling. But I knew I had to get over that hump, and then after I got over it, talked about it a little bit, and moved on after that. And now we're here. So sometimes you do have to like push yourself, and I know you guys know that as well. You go through tough times in your life, and that's just where sometimes you have to like, okay, I need to get back out there again, need to get back on the wagon and do this because I care about the community, I care about the people who are invested, and sometimes like doing that will put you on the right trajectory, and it'll make you feel better again once you can get through that. Easier said than done, of course, but it definitely can help if you're able to get over that hump.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. All right. It's that time, guys. You know what that time is. It's time for the rapid fire questions. This is a segment.
Too fast.
Too fast.
Houdini, are you okay?
Oh no.
He got me with an AK.
Good thing you have a Triforce to protect yourself.
Exactly.
Thank God, right?
The Triforce of Wisdom is there for you.
I don't know about wisdom, but
a Triforce of something. I don't know.
Triforce of something.
Do you need some Phoenix kit?
Yeah.
For repair.
Yes, I need some of that. I need my shields.
Yeah. All right, here you go. For anyone who hasn't seen the show before, this is something kind of fun. So, as we are growing, this will turn into a different name segment, but pretty much what this segment is. Da 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 da. As we grow everything. Mini mushroom time. Mini mushroom time. He
just went limp.
This segment is where that I will be asking 5 different rapid fire questions. Everyone only has 1 minute to answer. If you can't get your answer done in 1 minute, too bad, because when the minute's up, I tell you to shut up. So, and I say it to myself as well too. So, here's a timer. Oh, look at Houdini's face right there. Ooh, look at that.
See it?
Fancy. All right.
Look at me reflecting off your phone.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. We're going to start out with Hez first, then we'll go Houdini, then myself. So I'll always answer last. So, and these questions are mostly meant for hesretnu, but we're going to answer this as well too. So I think this
always get squeezed in the middle like an Oreo.
Anyways, here we go.
Let's go.
All right, Hez.
Luigi.
When did you first started getting into music?
Kindergarten.
Okay. Would you want to elaborate on that? Like, what really got you into music?
You got
oldies, church.
Okay.
Oldies and church.
Oldies and church. I like that. All right. Houdini, same question to you. When did you first start getting into music?
I've always been into music. I started getting into it when I was in kindergarten. I used to like write lyrics and stuff. Just like as soon as I knew how to write, I would be writing words. And when I was 8 years old, that's when I really got into it because they taught me how to play the keyboard or piano in school. And it was part of the music class. So like I learned how to play the keyboard, got one at home, and when I was 11, I did a bunch of yard work and stuff for my neighbors up and down the street and saved up money and went to go buy a guitar and my dad would not let me buy the guitar. He bought me a guitar because I'd saved up all that money. It was like the greatest feeling in the world. But that's kind of my answer. Like, just 8 years old is when I first really got into it and first started learning how to play.
All right. I love it.
I'm good.
Okay, so let me clarify. We
Yes.
have 1 minute to answer. For some reason, I thought we had 5 questions to answer within 1 minute. So we have,
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
We have
You're
5
thinking of
questions.
Family Feud. That's
Yeah,
Family
but-
Feud.
okay.
I mean,
I just thought,
let
You
me
wanna
ask
try-
you
you
let me
wanna
ask you this.
answer?
Hold on.
Yeah.
If so, we'll continue doing this. But how about this? We'll actually do, if you guys want to, for the ending segment of today's show. Would you guys like to do Fast Money? I have 5 questions prepared that we can do for Fast Money. If you guys want to play.
I could do Fast Money because
let's do
that's what he thought. That's what he was thinking it was.
Okay.
Fast Money.
We'll do that at the
Otherwise,
very
I would have
end.
given you my whole life story about how I got into music. And
Oh, it's okay.
Yes.
there's more than just church and oldies to my answer.
No,
That's
I
what
like
I was
that.
thinking. That's
But I
what
love
was
that
kind of.
answer, though. Honestly,
It kind of caught me off guard at first because I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, no, I love that though. I mean, how about
It
this?
is- it's
Hez,
funny.
how about you go ahead and I'm gonna reset a timer for you. Go ahead and answer your question. I don't worry, we're keeping the first thing, but I love this now. So, all right, when did you first start getting into music with church and oldies? 1 minute, go. Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay, so yeah, I loved listening to oldies in kindergarten. I heard my parents had records and 8-track players and cassette tapes. So, you know, that was all oldies back then because I was, born in the 80s. So it's definitely oldies now. And then I went to church every Sunday, and we had like a cassette recorder. So I would record myself like when I was a baby before I could even remember, like talking into the cassette recorder, and I thought that was so awesome. So really, like, I was into music, but I was also into recording back then. So yeah, I just always loved recording and music and sound, and I never liked hearing my voice back. I think most people are like that, but
Yeah, I hate my voice.
I always thought like music and recording and capturing was like almost like capturing your soul and your essence. So I always was super fascinated by that.
Dude, like, that's an interesting answer. I too had cassette recorders growing up, and I would actually take like 2 cassette recorders and wire them. I would actually wire them into one and mix the tapes. Like, I was wild. And yeah, like I did that old school. There's probably some of them tapes somewhere of me just like playing my guitar as like a 12, 13-year-old kid and just singing along.
Nice.
But yes, hate my voice. I
Isn't that weird?
other people like it, and I know that people like it, but I hate it. It's such a weird
I think that's
thing.
just a thing that I feel you always like kind of get taught, like you should never like over speak, and like your words should like always mean something. And whenever you talk, and and we just like have fun, like playing a game, for example, and we're just having fun, just talking, having a good time. When you hear it back, you're just like, oh, that sound like that? Really? Ooh, why do people?
Oh,
like
I sound
that?
whiny. Why do I
Yeah.
sound so whiny? That's what I always think. I'm like, oh God, I sound whiny.
All right, I'm gonna go in and do my segment real quickly. So when I started getting into music, I've always been into music ever since I was little. I think the one big thing is when I was very little, when my great grandma was still alive, my entire family would get together during the holiday Christmas time, and when we baked cookies, we would turn on the radio in the kitchen, and we would all sing Christmas songs together, and it was one of the things I remember the most, and I've always just really enjoyed just music. I enjoyed singing. I enjoy it. And then in 4th grade, we were able to go into a music class if we chose. I think it was like music or like study hall or whatever. But when I went to music, able to get a recorder, I started playing that. Then I got into the clarinet, and then that's how that whole like band thing started for me. But I've always loved music. I've always loved entertaining people with music, because you can always tell how you play an instrument and how you like get into it is how other people are going to receive it. If you're moving around a lot with your instrument, you know that you're having a good time, which makes other people have a good time.
I'm totally picturing you rocking out with a clarinet right now, Luigi Master, and it's awesome.
With that brass instrumentation.
My
Sorry.
brass instrument.
Sorry.
We had so we did a Fast Money playthrough with Passy, who's our editor, and I asked him the question: name me a brass instrument you would see in an orchestra. His answer was clarinet. So I can never live that down anymore. Sadly, I just letting you guys know, we love Passy to death. He's legitimately one of the funniest people
awesome.
I've ever known. But
that boy, he was sheltered. That's for sure.
All right, so Hez, this is a sole question for you, and I'm not going to time this one just because I feel like you're going to have two different answers. So that's the reason why I don't want to time you for this.
Okay.
When did you join Wes Hoffman and Friends, and also like guest appear and also work with Sonic Candy?
Wes Hoffman and Friends, that was roughly 4 years ago. I was kind of switching careers at the time, and Wes Hoffman had his own company called Treehouse Network Shop, where he was recruiting. He would help companies find employees, and he would help employees find companies to work for. So I reached out to him, and I met at his office at the time, and we talked, had a good talk. And I noticed he had like instruments in his office. He had some band stuff in there. We actually had a lot of similar interests as far as like bands that we knew and listened to. And he was just really, really nice guy overall. And we also like shared a lot of common connections, and we knew a lot of same people. So I ended up reaching out to him in an email. The email I sent to him was probably at like 2 or 3 in the morning after that initial meeting, asking him if he ever wanted to get together and jam out together. And he responded back, and we met up and started kind of like practicing together. And the rest is history. We just stayed really good friends ever since now, like best friends. And yeah, we play music together. And he's actually going on a mini tour this weekend. I can't join, unfortunately, but he has a guest drummer filling in for those 3 dates. I'm actually going to go see them this Friday at the Sinkhole. And then they're going on tour to Wichita and Kansas City, I believe, and then coming back.
That's going to be interesting, being able to actually be on the other side of the crowd.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I know it's. I know
that's got to feel like both exciting and also very, very awkward.
You would think it might be a little bit awkward, but it's just Wes Hoffman and Friends. It's getting to the point where like he's going on tour and they're going on tour, mm-hmm. and I would love to be a part of that, but with all the things that I have going on, it's not feasible for me to go on like long tours or little tours. I might be able to leave for the weekend and stuff, but like I'm totally cool with it because I wish them nothing but the best. Mm-hmm. I want to be a part of it, and I am still a part of it. Like we're going to be recording soon, and we're going back to the studio. But it's just one of those things, like when you have something that's growing and it's growing and it's growing, you need to bring more people into the mix. And that's just like with any kind of like other business or company, like when it starts getting bigger, you have to bring more people in to help it get bigger, because 3 or 4 guys can't juggle everything. So you need to bring more people into the mix. It's like that with streaming. It's like that with having a community. It's just like, if you bring more people on, that's how it's going to grow and get bigger. So, and it's the same with bands. So, but I'm totally like on board with Wes Hoffman and Friends. I support Wes and everyone like 100% of the way. So super, super excited to see them play with the drummer, and the drummer is really good.
Go see them.
Yes,
go see them.
Go see Wes Hoffman and Friends.
Normally I don't plug other people that aren't like guests on our show, but because Wes is a really cool guy, I was able to meet him. Super awesome to talk to. If you guys don't know that this show is also on Spotify, where it's just the Nest podcast on Spotify. You guys should also go and save all of Wes Hoffman's and Friends songs on Spotify. Mm-hmm. I think they have like albums and playlists that you guys can save on there.
Have a couple. Have an EP out that just came out.
Really, if you guys like punk rock, you guys will really like it. So
if you like Yellow Card or anything like that, like that style.
Yep, the new EP, really it's called Rewrite the Story, and it's on Spotify and everywhere where you stream music digitally. And there's even a cassette tape. You can get it on cassette tape. So that's pretty cool.
It's funny. In my car, the only thing that works is the cassette player.
Well, there you go. Order a cassette tape.
Order a cassette.
You gotta be tempted. Gotta be cassette. Yeah, I will.
It's pretty awesome. I forgot like the quality difference between cassette tape and CD or digital. Because I got a cassette tape of Wes Hoffman and Friends, the EP, and I put it in my cassette player upstairs. It's like a record / CD / cassette / radio.
Yeah.
And it sounded completely different because
it's a lower range of the decibels. There's a lower range.
It was a little higher pitch too because the speed's not as accurate as like a digital or CD speed is. And so it was cool though. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah. It's weird when you get to cassettes because it's all about the type of tape that you use to record to and the player. So you're gonna get different results from your cassettes. Whereas on CD, everything is CD. Player. You know, everything is the same with that because it's digital. It's all ones and zeros. Whereas that's analog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love analog because of that. I love the
grittiness.
Something relaxing about that. It's nostalgic because I grew up with vinyl records. My grandfather had like a big old chest full of freaking vinyl records from 30s, 40s on up, you know.
50s, 60s, 70s.
Yes, lots of 60s. There was 90s stuff.
Yesterday.
No, that was before his time. Unfortunately, after his time, unfortunately. But like all the way up to the 90s, like just tons of records. It's so good.
Speaking of the Wes Hoffman and Friends, also I know you sometimes also guest drumming and guest yourself in another fun project I was also able to be at and meet, which was the group called Sonic Candy.
Yeah.
Are you able to kind of talk about that experience? You know, it's like, does it feel the same as doing stuff like with Wes? Since I know that Clue, who is hesretnu's beautiful wife, I think. Wife? Is it wife?
Yes.
Is it? Yes. Thank God. Woo! I was about to make it really weird for a second.
Beautiful wife, partner.
Beautiful wife,
yes.
partner. And so between like Wes Hoffman and being a drummer on there, and also sometimes either guest drumming with Sonic Candy or doing music shoots and stuff with them, how is it like really different for you doing stuff with Sonic Candy versus doing stuff with Wes?
Yeah, it was fun. Like the difference with Sonic Candy, there was an emergency. The drummer couldn't make a show, so I had to fill in. But I had a week to learn the entire album and to learn the entire set on the drums. And then we went. It was like for a Battle of Point Fest to play on Point Fest. So we played at Pops. But luckily, I had played at Pops. I played hundreds of shows in the past. So, and I'm pretty quick at learning music. And I already knew Sonic Candy music. So. But I had a week to practice with the band, and then we played live. Luigi, you were there. So, but we got a lot of good compliments. I know. I think you had a good time. I think it sounded good. I love playing at Pops because of they got the big light system. The sound system is amazing.
The nice thing about Pops too is that they have. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you, but they also have 2 stages as well. They have a little bit of a bigger stage, but also where that stage is right next to that stage, they actually have like a little bit of a smaller stage as well too. And they even have their own little light system and sound system and stuff. So it's really nice that you're able to do Battle of the Bands and Point Fest stuff at Pops because you can do more than one band at the same time. It's a really nice vibe.
Getting to play that main stage at Pops is so awesome. Like I played the side stage before too, and that's always a blast. But the main stage, it's cool because the drums are elevated. You have to go up this big ramp to get up on the stage. And I've seen big bands play there, like Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah, this sounds like Masquerade, which has 2 sections. You have heaven and hell, and then there's 3 sections: heaven, hell, and then there's the section in between. And just you had local small bands play there, and the major bands would come up there. The major bands were always in heaven, so I thought it was funny. But yeah, I can't tell you how many times I went to hell. It was fun.
Yeah, it's
how often do you say that
when you get to play on a stage where you get to see some of your favorite bands of all times and where they played? It's really cool. So yeah, it was a good experience getting to play with Sonic Candy. And they definitely have some really awesome music videos out. They have some really, really big shows coming up in the near future. I can't disclose them right now, but be on the lookout. They have some really cool things in the works. So yeah.
They got a YouTube channel. I think I actually saw one of the projects kind of go down, which was kind of cool, little behind the scenes stuff, working with Hez on certain like shots and stuff, trying to get it to edit properly, which at the end of the day, I think it edited decently fine, but it was a lot harder than it needed to be because, editing. We all had the same problems with editing, but it's always awesome to see that. And Sonic Candy, just in general, like I enjoyed everything that was there. Everyone there was good fun. Sadly, I wasn't old enough to drink yet, which I think was the only bad part. Is like, I wish I was able to drink a little bit. It would have been kind of fun.
I'm always the DD, so I know how you feel.
Yeah. And at least you remember the events. Some events that I went to that I was drinking out I had fun, but I don't remember what happened because I was drinking.
So I don't remember ever seeing Blink 182.
Yeah, also
I know I was there, but I think I was too high.
I think that was the time I got some good shots. I think this is when we just got the 11 Pro Max stuff from like AT&T and stuff like that, and got some really good shots. You still have them on my phone. Got some really good shots of the stage. See if I can get one that doesn't like. There we go. This kind of shows everyone together, but I'll send you the picture, Houdini, so you can actually put it more in the video properly.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
nice.
This is one of the first shots I ever did with the 11 Pro Max, and seeing how it was able to catch the fog rays for the lights and stuff. Like, that's very hard to catch on cameras that aren't lit properly. And luckily, the way that stage is maintained and how the stage works on there, those lights went through properly. So, as someone who's a lighting nerd, it was really nice.
To see that picture's clean. I can't tell you how many times I took a picture and it's just, you'll see just blackness and light, and you don't see anything because it just like cameras suck with light.
That's the cool thing with Pops. They have like they have a sound guy and they have a separate light person. His name is Rob. Good friend that I used to play shows with back in the day. But yeah, that's another cool thing about that venue. They have a light person and a sound person. A lot of venues will have one person that kind of does it all, but yeah,
that's why
they got two people who are anal about that. So they make sure that's done correctly.
It makes it a lot easier when you have like someone who like knows both lighting and sound, so you can get like feels of both, but it's also very nice when we're able to just focus on one thing. The one thing
I'm sure they both know a thing or two about each other's fields, but they just like focus where they need to be.
And the nice thing too, I actually saw this on, I think it was like Twitter or Instagram or something like that, but someone actually was like redoing their back part of their stage for all the lighting managers and stuff. And funny enough, most of us, I don't think Houdini, I don't think you have a Stream Deck, but I know myself and hesretnu both have Stream Decks, so we love our Stream Decks to death. We use it for a lot of stuff. Yeah, you have your phone. But they took 10 Stream Deck XLs and built a whole board strictly of Stream Decks for all their lighting.
Wow.
And I thought that was the coolest thing to do. And this is just really showing how technology is really evolving over the past few years, because back when I used to do shows, you had this like big, bulky, like blue board that you're running like an 80s program on to make sure that things are just working properly. You gotta know your hex decimals, you gotta know everything like that so you can get the lighting just right how you like it. But now you're able to just pick colors and do all the coding on the Stream Deck itself, which is super cool. And I'm excited to see how other companies might take that and do an all digital round. It's a very nice aspect to look at. Okay, so we have two more of the rapid fire questions. Again, you get 1 minute to answer each question. I'll say it that way from now on. Don't worry. And here we go. So, Hez, what was a game, or what games did you grow up with?
Zelda, A Link to the Past. Ken Griffey Jr. Winning Run, and the one before that. So these are all going to be Super Nintendo games. Let's see, Super Tennis. That was one of my favorites. Donkey Kong Country 2. Second one was like my favorite Donkey Kong Country of all time. I'm going through all my Super Nintendo.
You can see two is P.
There you go.
Here we go. No,
Nice.
I'm not gonna. Hang on.
You're right.
Spider-Man X-Men. Is the minute up?
No,
Uniracers.
You got 20 seconds.
Super Mario Super Tennis said that. Dang it. Revolution X. Super Play Action Football. I definitely recommend that one. Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Killer Instinct.
Yes.
5.
There we go. And then PlayStation. Twisted Metal 2. I gotta give honorable shout outs to Twisted Metal 2 for PlayStation.
He said Revolution X, bruh. I played that. I played that on the Genesis.
I love it.
Aerosmith.
All right.
Yeah.
Video game featuring
Aerosmith, bad guys.
All right. Houdini. It's your turn. 1 minute.
What's my what?
Hey.
There it is. Hey.
All right.
You talking about my favorite games?
Yeah. What were the games that you grew up with? Games that you grew up with.
Okay. I got this. The games I grew up with were largely Nintendo, and I was spoiled. I had a Sega Genesis as a kid as well. I picked the Sega Genesis over a Nintendo 64 when I was 6 years old because the Nintendo 64 had nothing on it. And even as a kid, I was like, ooh, it's cheaper and I can get more games. Plus that Blue Hedgehog dude was fucking awesome. Pardon my French, but yeah, I grew up with Sonic. I grew up with Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3. A Link to the Past I played as a kid. This is just best game ever. PlayStation wise, I want to say Spyro was the game that I liked the most on PlayStation, and also Gex Enter the Gecko, which is the second Gex game. That was such a good game. I played that a lot. That's just scratching the surface.
That's scratching the surface. I love it. All right, and for myself, the games I grew up with, mostly, so I'm a lot younger than everyone else that's here. So my first big thing I really ever had was this guy right here, known as the Nintendo DS. But I did mostly grow up on GameCube and Wii mostly. With PlayStation just like being there that I played. Yeah. I learned about this weird orange guy named Crash. I don't know who that is, but some weird guy named Crash. But I mostly know things about a red plumber. A man that's all trades now. Excuse me, pardon my French. A red guy who knows all things. Jack of all trades now. Yeah. But most of the games I played were mostly Nintendo-based games with some PlayStation 2 games kind of sprinkled in, all the different Crash games. I played every single Mario game known to man. My first game I ever 100%ed was New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. I played the first 2 Kingdom Hearts on PS2, and it was one of the best times, and I just love everything about them.
I did too. Kingdom Hearts, guys. Here, both of them. Complete. In box. Well, case.
All right. And last but not least, the last rapid fire question that I got from our lovely editor, Passy, is hesretnu. What are your 2022 goals for streaming?
For streaming, okay, that's a good one. Grow the retinue crew. And I know sometimes people say don't worry about numbers. I am a big numbers person, and it helps me stay on track, and it helps me uncover more amazing people to bring into the retinue crew. So that's why I personally love numbers. And kind of how I'm keeping track is like I'm looking for month over month growth. I don't believe in comparing yourself to other people. I believe in like being inspired by other people and inspiring others in the process. So if you see a bigger streamer out there, just be inspired by their journey, because everyone's running their own race, and just try to be 1% better, or just try to stay consistent. And by doing that, like by trying to do the month over month growth, that really helps you, like helps me anyways, stay on track. I'm not saying like I recommend everyone do that, but that's just something that's been helping me lately. I like look at all follows, subs, and compare it to month over month. So that's something.
Do you have like a direct number you're going for this year?
Like I have. Goal. I have benchmarks. Like this month, I want to get to 500 followers on twitch.tv/hesretnu. And as I wink, because we're gonna do a fun watch party, a bad movie watch party with the whole crew, the whole retinue crew, when we get to 500 followers. So that's one of my things. Yeah, it's gonna be from Amazon, so it's like legit. But we're all gonna vote on a really like terrible cheesy movie to watch together. We'll have like a voice chat channel open on Discord. And it's going to be like Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. We're all going to like do commentary during the movie. So little things like that to make it fun. But thinking about like the growth in the past that we've gone through as a channel and all the amazing people that have joined the retinue crew since then, like it makes me want to like discover more, and just because those people get to meet and like hang out, and it's a blast. You guys know what it's all about. You guys know. So
yep. All right, cool. Houdini, I mean, I'm asking you the same question. Is your 2022 goals for streaming? I know you don't really stream as much, so I'll maybe change the question for you, since I know you mostly like doing more
into content
more
creation.
video essay stuff. I think you're more into that than you are with streaming, in my opinion. So I'm gonna change the question to: do you have any 2022 goals for anything within the YouTube range?
Yes, I do. I want to reach 1,000 by the end of the year subscribers on YouTube. That is a major goal. I want to get more. I want to grow my community, because my community's been so small for the past couple of years. Like I started off with a good start, and then everything just kind of like halted. And I just want to get back to making content and meeting amazing people. Like Hez was saying, the community is the people you meet online are just they're awesome, and I just want to meet more people, and it just seems like I haven't been able to do that in a very long time. So, but with that said, I am putting more content out on my channel, and I have gained a couple of subs. Like 372, I think, is where I'm at now. So, anyway, that's my goals.
Cool. All right, and I'll quickly go through my goals. I'll try to be very fast. The goal is I want to hit 1K on both YouTube and Twitch this year, and with that, I also want to host my first ever idea I had, which is I'm calling Luigi's Birthday Bash. Which on my birthday is the 26th of April, and I'm going to ask a lot of my fellow creators if they're able to join, and I would like to do a 12-hour live stream, all for charity, for donations, and it's going to be a charity-driven live stream, but we'll have like special segments. We might do like a special version of Family Feud. We'll all get together and play games together and stuff like that, and we'll do everything as much as we can in person as well as in Discord, and it will be a lot of fun. So my goal this year is to really push for more like group stuff for everything, but personally I would love to hit that 1K mark on both of them. That would allow us to get a lot more I think exposure is like the biggest thing that will allow us to get more exposure and do more things like what we're doing here with like the Nest and the Nest podcast, and be able to bring more people in.
We got to play Uno.
We do got to play Uno. Uno's gonna be a lot of fun.
Play Uno. I got a new Uno player coming over. We're gonna have some fun.
hesretnu, do you like Uno?
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Nope.
Okay, it goes on sale all the time.
Well, if I see a good sale for Uno, I'll let you know. All right, so we have just a few more minutes left until Sally hesretnu has to go. So we're going to quickly go ahead and do Fast Money from the lovely show of Family Feud. So I got this little guy at Target, the Ultimate Platinum Edition. Steve Harvey's face is on there.
Steve Harvey.
We love Steve Harvey, guys.
Yes, we do.
All right, I'm going to grab a random...
He's a beautiful man.
Yes. All right, I've got a random question card. We're going to play it just like the show. Houdini, if you can deafen yourself for me, let's see if we can get 200 points between you guys, all right?
All right, let me deafen.
I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock. The clock will not start until after I read the first question. hesretnu, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to grab a pencil so I can mark down your answers. Move this over here. All right, cool. Here we go. Name a fish that comes in a can.
Tuna.
Name a popular tourist attraction in France.
The Eiffel Tower.
Name a country that's known for its flowers.
Argentina.
Give me an ice hockey position.
Goalie.
Name an animal that begins with the letter S.
Seagull.
And time. And we did it in 28 seconds. That's not too bad. I'm going to quickly write down all your points real quickly, and I'll tell you what you got, okay?
Okay. I'm for it.
All right. So I think you know how FanFew works, but you have to get a combined score of 200 to win the round. You ready to pull a prank on Houdini?
Yes.
You actually got 230 points, but let's pull a prank on him.
Okay.
I'm asking 5 of the most random questions I think. All right, here we go. Ready?
Ready.
Here we go. So I asked you, name a fish that comes in a can. You said tuna, and tuna was the number 1 answer. Great job. Name a popular tourist attraction in France. You said the Eiffel Tower, and a lot of people know where the Eiffel Tower is, so that's also the top answer as well. Name a country that's known for its flowers. You said Argentina. Sadly, it did not make the survey. The top answer was Holland or the Netherlands.
Okay.
Give me an ice hockey position. You said the goalie, and the goalie is what most people thought of as the top answer. And name an animal that begins with the letter S. You said seagull, and sadly, that's not on the survey. The top answer was a snake. So here's what we're going to do. To everyone who's watching, if you guys don't know this, so if you guys watch the episode where hesretnu did his own interview with me called Spotlight Station on his channel, I ranked the Family Feud host, and I said Ray Combs was my favorite host because he was the only one who ever did this. Because he got 230 points, you need 200 points to win, I'm going to prank Houdini into giving him 5 of the worst questions I've ever thought of in my entire life and make him think that hesretnu only got 25 points. I wonder if you can hear me right now. Can you hear me, Houdini?
He looks like something's up. He looks like, I don't know.
It's fine.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give him the wave. Maybe he'll...
Can you undeafen him from your end or not?
I don't think I can. Can you hear me? Oh, he he broke. Houdini broke.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, sorry about that.
What happened? No, it's okay.
Discord just restarted itself.
Oh, that's fun. We love that. We love Discord.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Okay.
Should be okay.
All
and I got a call right before.
That's funny.
I was sending a meme, not telling you I'm done. It's like, be patient. Come on.
Be patient for me.
Be patient
All
for
right.
me.
So,
all right, let's do it.
hesretnu got all of his points. I gave him the list of everything.
He got 69 points.
He got 25 points. So you need 175 to win. Oopsie. Anyways, so I'm asking the same 5 questions. If you say the answer that he said, you'll hear this. That means try again. Yada, yada, yada. You know how this works, all right? So I'm going to give you 40 seconds to do this. I believe in you. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go. The clock will not start until after I finish reading the first question. There are 17 lunar moons in the universe. Name one of the lunar moons.
I'm sorry, what?
There are 17 lunar moons in the universe. Name one of the lunar moons.
I don't even know how to answer that.
If you can't think of anything, say pass. It's okay. We can come back to it. Pass? All right,
pass.
that's fine. Name your favorite Twitter handle.
houdinifontmeister.
Ah, perfect. Name your favorite Family Feud host.
Luigi Master 1000.
All right, good job. Very good. All right, so your time is up. If you can kind of guess what I just did, I just Rick Holmes you. He got 230 points by himself, so he got the money.
It didn't become clear to me until you asked me to my favorite Twitter handle. That first question, I thought you were being dead ass serious. I was like, oh my god.
I was gonna make a Three Stooges joke, but I didn't think that was in proper
I'm so
taste.
glad, yo.
And also, you did get 1,000 points because you said I was your favorite Family Feud host. So that gives you guys a Family Feud total of 1,250 points. Congratulations.
I have to.
Yes, do you multiply by 10?
No.
Multiply by 10. We're over 9,000. Let's go.
Oh dear.
That's good.
Alrighty. Well, guys, that's all that we have this week for the podcast. I'd like to thank our amazing friend, one of my amazing best friends, hesretnu, for being on the show. We always appreciate his company. We always get to hang out and stuff. It's amazing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
Give you a hug.
Please go follow Hez at twitch.tv/hesretnu and youtube.com/c/hesretnu as well too. And I'm also going to have his link tree down below, which will have his Discord channel on there. Please join the Discord. There's a lot of amazing people in there. The Retnu crew is just growing ever more and more and more. And hey, if you guys follow me as well too at thetrueoreoking both on YouTube and Twitch, you guys will see these guys live in the next few months playing Family Feud for real and see if they can actually be the top family of season 2. Will they be in the tournament in a tournament of champions or the tournament of losers? I'm down.
Oh god.
We'll do a NES version. Don't you worry. I'll have a NES version that we'll do that won't count towards a tournament, which she can play. So,
all right, houdinifontmeister, the Luigi Master 1000. Appreciate you guys having me on the NES episode 3, Return of Hesretnu. Thank you guys.
Return of Hesretnu.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys. We love you guys so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, or Hesretnu is going to come to your house.
Yes, I will.
You might want that. So.
You might want that. All right, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Love you.
Love you all.
See you guys soon.
Have a good night. Bye.
Night.